Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Mike Williams here from Boost Concrete in Germantown, Wisconsin. Mike, thanks for jumping on.
No, I appreciate for having me, Stacie. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure. I am glad to introduce you as Mike Williams because, like I said before we press record, you look like Ryan Braun. So if you decide to sell Boost someday, you can do a look-alike thing, right?
That's right. That goes a long way.
All right, here we go. I'm going to ask you 6 questions about Boost Concrete if you are good with that. So you ready?
Sure. I'm ready.
All right. When people ask you what Boost Concrete does, how do you describe your business?
I guess the easiest way to describe it, because mudjacking is a weird term, or salvage expert is a weird term. I fix existing slabs of concrete. Most of it is residential, so a lot of homeowners who have had issues, whether something is pitched wrong, causing water damage, or the big one is trip hazards, where someone gets hurt because of the slabs not matching at the joints. So that is a big one as well. So pretty much, if you've never seen it, I always describe it as magic. To see concrete move so much, so fast with the pressure I'm using, it's amazing what you can do with it.
Ooh, it sounds interesting. And we talked a little bit before. What were your plans when you started your business and how have they changed? But I want you to tell our audience like why you decided to do this, if you don't mind. It was very interesting to me. You want to share it?
Sure. It's nothing crazy, but I have a previous financial background where the stock market is kind of my baby, and I got pretty good at it. I did that for years to the point where I was almost retired, in your mid 30s, and I figured, hey, I could probably have a whole other career here and keep everything going. And it just happened that my young son was learning to walk, and I had no idea this stuff even existed. As a new homeowner, my garage approach slabs were down so much when he was walking, he tripped. After the second time he fell, I figured, you know what, I got to Google this, or I don't think it's supposed to be 2-3 inches lower than the driveway to the garage. And it just worked out. A gentleman came out and did my driveway, and I got to just watch all of it and see it. And I was like, you know what, I could probably do that too. And so I just explored it from there and took it one step at a time, and it all came to fruition a few years ago, and I never looked back. Honestly, I wish I did it a long time ago.
Very interesting. And so you've been in business now for 3 years, year three, right?
That's
Awesome.
correct. Yes. We
So
usually do
great.
like 300 jobs a year, somewhere like that. So you hit the ground
Wow.
running.
Well, and I've looked at several historic houses. I live in the Cedarburg area, and
Mhm.
realtors point that out and show like that could be an issue. You need to watch that. And I didn't actually realize it was for the water damage possibility too, but that's really interesting. I always just thought like a car would go thump or a kid would trip. So that's good to know. Thank you for sharing that.
The trip hazards, the muscle memory when you take a step, when you're leaving your front walkway or sidewalk, are you going up to a front stoop or something? Usually that's around 7 inches. Any commercial property, escalators, anywhere, condo associations, is usually it's a certain height to stay within the American Disability Act, the ADA requirements. So a lot of times, and I can tell you many stories. One would be another family with young kids just learning to walk, and their sidewalk is down so low, it's 12, 13 inches to get this little 1-year-old up as he's trying to learn to walk. That's huge. Or earlier today, I was at a house where the gal, an older lady, broke her ankle because you step down and that muscle memory doesn't click in that split second that you're looking for 7-8 inches, and it's 10 15, 12 inches down, and boom, you don't catch yourself. So there are a lot of folks who reach out after either an injury has happened or someone trips. I would say the biggest one is, I don't know if this is shocking or not, is we go all winter long and you're shoveling. A lot of people are shoveling early in the morning before work, and
Uh,
it jams you in the stomach or whatever it is because something's not aligned. They put a note on that. And when I started marketing early in the year, that clicks with them like, yep, I'm not going through another winter doing that again. I want that fixed.
Totally. Oh my God, I think about my back, like in my neck, like when you hit something that concrete,
Yep.
that's
Mm-hmm.
horrible. So good
Yep.
to
That is
know
a big
that
one.
too. Absolutely. So my next question for you is what is the biggest way that you impact the community besides saving people's bodies?
Yeah, no, that comes in handy. There's, like I said, somewhere between 300-400 homeowners every year that, as you get older, there's little simple things that make life easier. I mean, we're just talking about driveways and sidewalks and patios, but to change something from 10, 12 inches to 6, 6.5, whatever it is, just makes life so much easier for them. So allowing that flexibility to have all homeowners comfortable going in and out of their driveway and their garage, you name it, they really appreciate it. Sometimes you show up and maybe one or two slabs have to be adjusted, but they're so grateful. They really appreciate it. It allows me also to sponsor most of the sports in Germantown, which is a nice way of giving back.
Awesome.
So all the T-ball teams, soccer teams, whomever, it's a nice way of they're always looking for sponsorship help. So I just have it on cruise control. They just automatically sign me up for it at this point. So
Oh my goodness. Well,
that
that's
helps out quite a bit.
absolutely. So you mentioned the driveways. I guess I didn't put this in to perspective. Could you do like a concrete slab on a back door that like a bigger concrete slab in the backyard too, or can you only work with the driveways in the front? Is that because you
No,
mentioned sidewalks? So
yes, a lot of patios. That's very common.
okay.
Pretty much any concrete in that regard. Yes, you cruise around the back and you take care of patios. That's really where winter is just so hard in Wisconsin. It's undefeated. It's going to move those slabs over a 20, 30-year window, the settling and whatnot. So mostly the issues with water and foundation issues are patios for sure. They just move.
Okay.
So to
Very
get
interesting.
that pitch right and allow the water to run away correctly is usually step one for a homeowner. And that's another great thing about being able to do this. Maybe it takes 2, 3 hours and I'm in and out and they can use their patio again right away. But it allows them that peace of mind that, all right, my foundation's good. Everything's going to run away. I don't have to worry about actually having some skid steer come in here and rip up my yard and do whatever. Just as homeowners, we probably have a bucket list of 5, 6, 7, 8 projects we want to get to, right? So allowing me to come in to do it on it's not the most expensive project in the world. Like you can be in and out for a couple $100 in some cases, and that allows their budget to go much further.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love it. Thank you for sharing all that. So, what is one challenge that you have faced in the past 2, 3 years that other business owners could learn from?
As a business owner, obviously there's always challenges. I think I never really got stumped by, but it was so noticeable just because my truck has all my Boost concrete lettering on it. Years ago, I think it was Home Depot or somewhere. A guy came out and said, "Do you raise concrete? Do you fix concrete?" He said, "Listen, I've been reaching out to 3 or 4 other companies. I can't even get a call back."
Wow.
So one thing I certainly prioritize is no matter what, even if I know I can't help you, I will touch base with you that same day. I am reaching out service-wise as much as possible. If you let that go, this is our communities. You said you're in Cedarburg, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So I serve mostly Washington and Ozaukee County, and I'm cruising between these cities every day. I'm not going to leave someone hanging, or because I consider them my neighbor. Like I'm local as well. I did 2 houses today, I think, that were within a mile of my home. So
Oh,
it's staying on top of that communication. That triggered for me a few years ago how pertinent the need was, or how much of a void was out there to have that immediate response when someone reaches out. And it can come at all different hours of the night. And as long as you just connect and say, "I'll touch base with you tomorrow," or whatever, they really appreciate it.
absolutely. I love that. Yeah, you might have a waiting time, but I'm
Yeah.
acknowledging you. I
Yes.
got your message. I got your phone call, whatever it is. That is great, great advice that I think needs
Mhm.
to be just drilled into people over and over. It's okay if there's a wait time, but it's not okay for them to wait for your call for days and days and
I know.
days.
So if I can elaborate on that. So I think I did some basic post on Facebook or something saying, "Listen, if no one's reaching out to you, if you need some assistance, I'm available. I will get back to you as soon as you reach out." And I allocate time and I just sit and wait for people to respond. And that was 2, 3 years ago. And I probably got 30, 40 emails, text, direct messages within an hour. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, oh, this is pretty easy.
That is cool. I love that. Thank you.
Simple communication goes a long way.
It absolutely does. My next question for you is, what does the future look like to Boost, and do you have an exit plan?
Well, the exit plan is many years down the road, but off
Okay.
the top of my head, I would say my son right now is 9. So, I'm in my 40s. My body can only do this for so long. Not necessarily that my son will take over. He's very smart and probably will pursue his own dreams, but that gives me, what, 7, 8-year window to
Sure.
have a group of friends that he knows, where somewhere in there I should have some full-time bodies doing the actual work that I'm currently doing now.
Smart.
And right after that, my daughter, a little younger, will have another whole group of friends. So I should be able to create a whole workforce from
Love it.
people I already know.
And trust, right?
I will step back. I'll do more of the delegating and the estimating and things like that, and kind of remove myself from the physical work. Right now, it works well. I can handle it no problem, and I'll go as long as I can.
There you go. Well, that sounds good. And Action Coach just defines a business as a commercial profitable entity that can work without you. So if you're already thinking about delegating and getting people in there, that's a great business move. So love it. My final question for you today is all subjects open, Mike. What inspires you most?
Ooh, what inspires me most? It probably comes down to family. Like this whole balance we've created with the young kids, as many people are in the same scenario. I have the flexibility to, this is a means to an end. It allows me time to get them on the bus in the morning, get them off the bus at night, coach all their sports. It's seasonal, so I have 3-4 months in the winter where I'm there for them every day with whatever's needed as well. So it allows me to keep a really healthy balance and always be there for the family first. So that flexibility is one of the reasons I wish I would have done this years ago.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Now, Mike, if someone wants to get in touch with you about getting a boost, how would they do that?
There's a number of ways. It's very easy. I'm happy to share my phone number, but also Facebook has a boost page. There's a boost concrete raising website. There's forms on there you can fill out, and it'll create an inquiry, and it'll send me an email, and I'll reach right back out when I get that. But most folks reach out via Facebook, or you can simply call or Google me. I'm right first on Google when it pops up. So very simple. My number is 262-875-7401. It's right on my truck as well. So there's a number of ways to reach out.
Thank you so much for your time today, Mike. Good luck. Take care of those kiddos and have a great 2023 and beyond.
Awesome. You as well. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.